Okay, all right. I was like, it's taking forever to go live. Hello, everybody. We are back. It's only been, I don't know, like a month, 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks. It doesn't matter. It's been an extended period of time over the holiday season. And I, Forrest, and my good friend
That's Jacob. Hello, hello.
Jacob, are back to talk Toffees with you on the USA Late Night Live show with the Toffee Blues. Jacob, say hello to everybody. How have you been?
Man, I've been good, been busy. It's nice to see everyone again, and it's nice to talk to you again, as always.
Yeah, good to talk to you too. We only had a couple minutes to catch up here because Jacob always seems to work out before these things. So, healthy lifestyles is what matters. Um, but we are here. We're going to talk about these past five matches. Tough holiday fixture. No, it wasn't a tough fixture list, but tough results that I think has got everybody feeling pretty down right now about the state of the club, state of the team, state of the season. I know typically when we get knocked out in the FA Cup, everybody says season's over, season's over. I get it. It's we want to win silverware. It's something we haven't done for over 30 years. But yep, we'll talk about this. We'll talk about the reactions to this run, and maybe some hard truths and some easy truths about what the state of the squad is right now and what the state of the club is. We'll have a Q&A at the end, as always, guys. You know how this goes. Please ask us questions if you're able to. Comments on this, send in questions. We'll answer them as much as we can. But yeah, without further ado, we will jump right in. So when we last talked, it was right before we played Burnley.
hmm
We know Burnley was 0-0. Pretty crappy game. I think I look back to it and can't think of anything exciting or interesting that happened in that game. I believe it was a game that Tyler Dibbling did start in. I'll double check that now. But yeah,
You did.
and he it was a game that he had a few moments. Yeah, he had some moments of creativity, some flashes, some runs, but ultimately nothing came of it, and it ended 0-0. Jacob, that was
Mm.
kind of the start, right?
Yeah, and then that game was a little miserable, and I mean, I think that's probably, Burnley. I kind of expected to be a little bit not great with the absences in the squad, and then what was after Burnley? It's Burnley, after Burnley, that was the one good result we had was
The one,
Forest
yep,
away,
yep,
which really good result, I thought, honestly. I don't know if you got to watch that full or not. I know it was kind of
I did,
right in between the holiday period, but
yep.
it's our
No,
goal
I did
scorers.
get to watch it. Yep.
Yeah, that was James Garner scored a really good goal in that game.
Mm-hmm. Arna scored a good goal. Tiana Berry scored. It's two
hmm
and two against Forest now. Yep. I mean, look, that game, it was a good win. Obviously, Forest aren't the easiest side to play away, but at the same time, their brand of football with the players they have right now is pretty subpar. It was
hmm
a game where they threw in like over 50 crosses. I don't think they connected on one. And we just had to take our chances, which is something we haven't done much this season. So,
Yeah.
kudos to us for doing so. So yep, we got the one win of that five game run. It was a good win. We all felt pretty good about it going into Brentford at home, and we've been caught by this a few times now. You think of United away, we win and then get smacked by Newcastle at home. Good away win against Forest, and then unfortunately we go and get smacked by Brentford.
Yep.
Look, Brentford are a good side. They're a good side, but what this game I think highlighted more than anything was a trend that maybe none of us have really noticed yet, but that James Tarkowski and Michael Keane cannot play against physical strikers.
Mm.
That I like Thiago is in form, very good striker, clinical. I don't remember his hold up play being all that involved, but that was also because they didn't need it. They were breaking on us. They were getting him into space and where he wanted to be all the time, so they didn't need that. But
hmm
he bullied Tarkowski, he bullied Keane, dragged them everywhere. They got dragged everywhere, and it was a really miserable game.
Yeah. One, Igor Thiago, fantastic striker. 16 and 20 for him. Now, that guy's nails. But I mean, he had 6 shots on target. Obviously, scored a hat trick.
Yep.
We had the two from Beto and Barry. I thought that was fine. Jack Grealish gets a couple assists. I like that's whatever.
Yeah.
I
First
thought we
assist
were.
since like the fourth or fifth game of the season too. It's been a
Yeah,
while.
he had been pretty anonymous. I don't know. I mean, it's just hard. It's this game, like the last five or so. It's just been hard to take. It's hard to watch and take a lot away. Besides, Dwight McNeil is not great. Tyler Dibbling is a child and needs to play more.
Yeah, it needs
James
support.
Tarkowski is. I don't know what's happened. What happened to him? To be perfectly honest, it's been a lot more bad than good Michael Keane had maybe his worst game of the season. That was bad. 4-2 was a little bit flattering, honestly. We got run over in that game.
Well, we made those changes at halftime, and it just opened everything up. And I personally, I think that there is a world where Beto and Barry can play up front together, or we can at least play with two strikers, even if it's not Beto and Barry. The
Yeah.
issue is that when you do with that, the emphasis now is play being on the wings and getting balls in the box,
Hmm.
and we just don't have right now with the way this team is with the squad we have available. We don't have the capability to be able to do that. Grealish was able to get balls in the box, and we scored twice from those. Right, so we have players like Grealish who can put in good crosses,
Yeah.
but getting them the opportunities, getting them in the spaces where they can put in those good crosses is where we tend to fall short or have fallen short of these past 5 games.
Hmm.
Yep. So after Brentford was probably, I mean, the Brentford loss was tough for Brentford or a good team, but probably the worst result of it all, of all the runs, and Sunderland's an anomaly because it's not a league result, but
Yeah.
drawing 1-1 with bottom of the league Wolves at home.
Was bad.
Very bad, and I think the home form is is starting to become an issue now. I
Hmm.
think that game, and we will talk about this a little bit later on, but it seems like the stadium experience, while it was at first very exciting and new, has seemed to been dulled a little bit for people. Obviously, the results haven't helped. Getting smacked 3 times at home hasn't helped. Now people feel a bit worried coming to Bramley Moore Dock, right? They feel a bit worried that we might get smacked again by these teams, and the Wolves result, man. We scored and maybe should have had a second, or really should have had a second with Keane's header going off the post, but it didn't really matter because after the first half we came out flat. We expected Wolves to not even give us a chance or get even take a chance, and really, I mean, when you think to their goal, Strand Larson comes on, immediately gets involved in play, and Mane just finds the space, has a good touch, and it's just all too easy.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
then what? And then what happens later? Like craziness.
Yeah. Yeah. The home form not great. Actually, one of the more interesting little Everton statistic tidbits I think from this year is that we have the exact same home record as we have an away record. I think we have
Away
one more
records.
draw on the road, but it's 4 wins, 4 losses both sides. And obviously,
Yeah.
that's not great. You want to be winning more at home, and winning away is good too. But
Or draw
um,
away too. You want to lose less away and win more home. Yeah.
yeah. Um, the Wolves game was weird. I thought that first half, I thought we were honestly pretty good. I thought it looked really easy. I think when we scored the first, Victor up the Toffee. So yeah. I think when we scored the first, I was like, oh, okay, we're gonna run away with this, maybe 2-3-0.
It
It's gonna
felt
be
that way,
easy.
didn't it? Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be easy and it's gonna be comfortable. Mateus Mane's really honestly, please put him on the radar for the summer. I think he's fantastic and he's young and
Yeah.
he
Yep.
seems like he has a lot about him. I'm a little just it's upsetting. The home form sucks. It's and we keep the larger sample size we get, and the more you see people complain about the kind of game day experience on social media and the tickets being really expensive and seats being empty. That's a little bit of a worry. And I think this is a lot of this stuff is first season problems, and this kind of stuff gets ironed out in the future, and the atmosphere and the
Sure.
experience. I think that gets better over time. But I mean, the red cards. I don't know how much you want to get into this, but
I
I
mean, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about it. Give it like 5 minutes at least.
yeah, I mean,
Um,
I think the Michael Keane red card bad. It's just the wrong decision. I understand how they get there, and he shouldn't do it either. It's stupid. It's dumb. But it's not a red card. I'm in my personal opinion, and I can see if you think it is. I don't think it is. The Grealish red card is
it's just idiotic,
it's just
stupid,
stupid. It's
immature.
petulant and it's dumb. It
It
stinks of a player that's frustrated and bored. And it's bad. That one is
yeah,
worse than the Keane one by a mile for me. And especially in the
sure,
situation
yeah.
where you're already down to 10, you just can't do it. You can't.
Well,
I,
not only are you down to 10, but knowing what you have on the weekend, you have an FA Cup game that means a hell of a lot to this team and to these
yep.
fans. And then you sit there and you make sure that you're not available for that by reacting the way you did. I mean, I just like it extended past just the moment. Yes, we were already down to 10 or already up under the cosh, but to sit there and take out yourself, a very important player for this team from that game, it just hurt us so much. So
Yeah,
much more.
it's a huge letdown for a guy that's so experienced. I mean, it's not like he's a kid. It's not like he's like Tierno Barry age. It's just a 30-year-old that's been everywhere, won everything, done everything. You just can't. You can't. I mean, there's just not really much more to say. It's just dumb. It's stupid. You can't do it.
Yeah. So the Keane incident.
Yeah.
I mean, letter of the law, it's a red card. I agree with Jake here that it shouldn't be a 3-match ban. The issue is that the issue with that is that what else could it be other than violent conduct? I don't know how else you would label an act like that where you're pulling somebody's hair. It couldn't be anything other than quote unquote violent conduct. The thing is, it's either a red card or it's not a red card. And if it's a red card, it's either a 3-match ban or it's not a red card. It's a 3-match ban because it has to be violent. There's no other way that you can say pulling somebody's hair is not an act of violence. But at the end of the day, it's probably just not a red card. It's like I understand it was not like he was yanking it. It's not like he was
Yes.
using a lot of force. But I think when an official looks at that, they're thinking he's using enough force, and you can see Toulouse's head get pulled back a bit. It held his jump back. It was stupid. I like when I first saw it, I thought, well, he's just trying to get purchase on his jump. Right.
Yeah.
It's what any center back, anybody in football does when they're jumping with somebody is they're trying to get leverage by putting their hand on them. And in this moment, it was probably totally like he didn't even think of it. It was not anything. He just was trying to get leverage, and it was just the first thing his hand found, and he just grabbed it to get it and head the ball. So
Yeah.
it was frustrating. It totally killed the game off.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know. It's very frustrating. It was very frustrating. And then but the Grealish one was just idiotic. It was just stupid. And he hasn't did he come out and apologize? Did he say anything on social media after that? I don't know because I don't
I
really
didn't
pay
see
attention.
anything about him talking about his own red card, but he's had plenty to say about Michael Keane's red card.
Sure, yeah, he did. And when they didn't, we put the appeal and they didn't stick with it, he was said embarrassing. But it's like, dude, like, what did you just do?
Yes.
It's yeah, it's like that, honestly. We're in the middle of it being tough out here, Jake. Yeah, you get fired up talking about this.
Yeah.
Um,
Look, I'll say this. I
yeah.
mean, with the hair pulling thing, this was a long time ago.
Mhm.
Tottenham, I think it was Tottenham Chelsea. Christian Romero did the exact same thing on Cucurella and did not get a red for it. Grealish red too. I don't know what that said.
Yes. No, sorry. Yeah, it was he was saying that the Man United kid who got sent off today for petulance was like, okay, at least the officials are staying on top of this. They're being
No,
consistent.
yeah, I mean, let's be consistent about it. I mean, that's fine. I mean, if the player's going to badger refs and they don't want to do it anymore, just give them yellows. It's fine. They'll stop doing it or whatever. I just don't see pulling somebody's hair, right? Like the amount of are we parsing this by amount of force? I mean, how is it different than yanking somebody's shirt really hard? How is
Yeah.
it different than kicking someone in the leg really hard?
It's just an overt act. It's just whatever. It's the act of pulling the hair. But I totally agree. I do remember the Cucurella incident, and that was like he was stopping him from running forward. It was much
Hmm.
more violent. It's
Yeah, and I
just
mean, yeah, I think Keane's a little bit more bang bangy. I mean, he's going up in the air trying to win a ball, and I think it's almost instinctual. I don't know I mean, if I was a Wolves supporter or whatever, I might say red card, but honestly, I don't even know if I would.
yeah. It's and yes, that's my point, Jake, as well. The rule is wrong, but the ref called it correctly by the book. Like that's
Yeah,
the
I
issue.
can agree with that.
Once he got sent to the monitor and saw that, there was no way that he in good conscience could not give the red card. That's
I
just
can
the
agree
way
with
I
that.
agree, but I agree the rule is wrong. 100%.
I
100%
I
the
can
rule
agree
is
with
wrong.
that. I like it.
Um yeah, so nothing more about Wolves really. Again, like Jordan Pickford made a world class save to save us at
Hmm.
the end so that we can at
He
least get a
did.
point out of that. Really, I saw that. I thought it was in, and he just tips it over. It was one. It honestly, like it's
Yeah.
gonna get lost in the annals of time
Uh
because
huh.
of the result. But that was top 5 save of his, like maybe even top 3. Just unreal save. That's up there with that Chelsea one from the other year when he gets across the line. That's just an incredible save.
I mean,
Because he
we
almost,
say it like every other week. He wins his 10 points a season making saves like that. I mean,
yes,
he's so
literally.
good. He's so good.
And it was crazy. It was like past him, and he tipped it over like with the back of it. And it's craziness. I loved watching it, even though I
Hmm.
was really pissed. So and then we get to our final game of this 5-game run. The penalty loss to Sunderland yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just say this first and foremost: that was not a penalty.
No, it was not.
Penalty.
No, it was not.
I saw him give it, and I was like, "What?" I can't believe I
Yep.
couldn't believe he gave it. Like even in
No
full, even
VAR,
though
thank God.
yeah, exactly though. There was at least two other incidents in that game that were probably penalties that if there was
Yep.
VAR they would have looked at. But that was and even like before that, Asnew's on the ground getting up and the guy kicks it right into his arm. Like it was it was a handball before. Regardless,
Hmm.
that game was just tough, but it was everything that I expected. I got up early to watch that game.
Yep.
It
I was.
was
Yeah.
a 7:15 game. It was probably 6:15 for you, right? Or
Yeah. I was.
yeah.
It was 7:15. I was covering the Twitter for Toffee Blues Twitter.
Oh no way. Okay, I didn't know
Yeah.
that. Nice.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it was everything I expected from a tired squad, from a threadbare squad, from a squad that is having to reach into the academy depths. And I
Sure.
say depths because it doesn't seem like there's too much other than Harrison Armstrong coming out of that academy right now.
Yeah.
We got to see a lot of Harrison. It was good to see him. He played well.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, and Jake, we try to stream every Sunday. Sunday tends to be the day we fall on.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like a Wednesday or Thursday, but typically Sunday and usually around like 8, 9 o'clock. Yes.
Right.
Um, Life catches up to us, but we try to be here all the time. I do, and I really want to point this out. Jake is talking about Chris Kavanagh, uh, who, yes, he's one of those
Of
refs. I
course.
mean,
Yeah.
it seems to be like 80% of refs have something against Everton. I maintain that it's because Everton are just big enough that when something happens against them, it makes waves, but just small enough that it doesn't actually cause a real uproar and make things change. It does, like you
Yep.
think of like the retrospective red card for Nias, that sort of thing. Like, not it's never happened again. But they did it for Everton to show that they're like, hey, we can enforce this. We won't, but we can.
I thought that's the
It can
silliest thing
happen
that's
to you.
ever happened to Everton ever. On a long list of silly things, that might be the
I don't
silliest.
know, man, but that was up there. I mean, it's the list is so astronomically long. I think it's in the
It's
50s.
incredible.
It's incredibly way worse that's happened. But yes, game yesterday, very boring. We were just never seemed to be in it. Like the energy was decent, and I think that this was the one game. I think I heard a few people say that if there was any game we could win out of like this week of 3 games, it was this one. And it just didn't happen. I mean, even to get it to extra time, to get it to penalties was really, really. I think it was the best we could get to get it to penalties, in my opinion. And then we get to pens, and we don't even give ourselves a fucking chance. Excuse my language, but it was the quickest penalty shootout I've ever seen, and the most pathetic. Like it was just awful.
Yeah. I'll say I was rapidly losing patience watching that. I don't remember exactly what I was tweeting out, but it's like pathetic, embarrassing, et cetera, et cetera. Every time we took a penalty. I mean, look, I the game was terrible. I thought we were really, really, really poor. I mean, that's just for starters. And I understand it because the team was weird. Um, Harrison Armstrong was basically playing in a 10, which was kind of interesting. I thought he was pretty decent, to be perfectly honest, for given what it was. I didn't think he was terrible, which I think means he
Yep.
was good given the circumstances. I think Dwight McNeil sucked again. I think Tyler Dibbling sucked. No offense to Tyler Dibbling. God love him. He's a child. He was really bad. Didn't look like he cared. Beto needs to go away. I'm tired. I'm tired of Beto. That's
I
it. I'm
agree.
done. We need to pawn him off on the first Italian team that will give us 10 million Great British pounds for him. Fine, whatever.
Roma.
Roma, please. Mr. Friedkin, please save me, please. Yeah, I mean, and, honestly, the 120 minutes was whatever. I thought seeing Aznou play 30 or so minutes was cool. That was fine. I thought he looked decent. He looked like a child, also. Aznou, yeah, it was cool getting to see him. He wins the penalty that wasn't a penalty, but he wins the non-penalty from a burst of effort that nobody else gave in 120 minutes.
Exactly. Yes.
And I
Exactly.
liked that a lot. This is my problem. Okay, I don't want to get on this rant tangent thing. I don't think I've ever seen Everton win a penalty shootout, right? Like ever. I will have to check the statistics on this. I cannot remember
I think we lost the last
the
5.
Florida Cup in Orlando in preseason
Florida
22.
Cup.
I was there for that. It went 11 deep. We
Oh,
won that one. That was
yeah.
great. Great.
Yeah.
Awesome. It was really bad. And I think having James Garner go first when he took a penalty 30 minutes before, I thought was a weird decision.
Yeah.
And then Tierno Barry and Beto for being the two senior strikers at your football club, a Premier League football club that is worth hundreds of millions of dollars in Great British pounds. And I mean, they go up there, and I mean, you would think that they had gotten paid to not score those penalties. I mean, it's embarrassing. I mean, I really just not. I was perfectly fine with us losing that game. The full 90, it was almost done before we had the penalty. I was like, okay, we lost. Whatever. No, we have barely we barely have a starting 11. We barely have a starting 11. We have one senior player on the bench. We have two goalkeepers. I was fine. I was like, whatever. We lose the first game of the FA Cup every year. At least we didn't get battered this time. And then we go and win that stupid penalty. I'm like, oh, well, here we go. We have a chance. And then it goes to penalties. I hope get you every time. And then they just it's just so miserable.
It just seemed like there's a huge lack of confidence.
No, I mean, it looked like Beto and Barry, God love them. I mean, looked like they knew they were going to not score. When they were walking, I was just, hey.
That's what I mean. Like Garner took it first and missed. And from there, it just seemed like, I mean, I don't know what it was like, at the group standing there, but it just felt like just a drop in the stadium too. People were booing during the penalties. People left after Barry missed his penalty. Like, I totally understand the feel and the frustration right now we just think of what we've been through for like 10 years now. Honestly, I'm going to say 10 years because I'm saying the whole Mashiri reign basically. And I get the frustration. I understand. And there's a lot more, and we'll get into it because it involves the stadium to an extent too, and the price of things there and the economy of the UK and how hard it is for people to go and spend money. We'll get to that in a few minutes, but it was just so disappointing. And to see the players lack confidence, to hear the way that stadium reacted, like we really, I can't stress how hard. I know it's so hard right now, but we have to find a way to drop this toxicity. I totally get the frustration. I get the hopium and when getting the build up, but man, bro, like, I don't know, this squad, we could get into it regardless. Yes, the penalties were awful. They were really poor, and just everything about that game, like it just summed up probably that we're not there yet. We're not then, especially with a squad full of injuries and missing so many key players. We're not there yet. It's just a season too early, probably. Was there a player during this run of matches? Hold up, what is this? Hold up. I'm a season ticket holder, and the people around me leave at halftime. That's crazy. I don't know, man. I mean, there's a lot to talk about with the stadium. I mean, you can talk about the seat unique issue and how there's these big. But my brother, my youngest brother, was at the Brentford game and at the Wolves game. God bless, poor kid. I've been there before, honestly. Like I was at the Anfield Derby where we lost in the 96th minute. Pickford threw it onto the crossbar. Like I was at that game and they weigh in, so I know what it's like to be at some bad Everton games, man. Yeah, I was at the game where we lost to Newcastle 4-1 and Isak dribbled through everybody. Yeah. I've seen some stuff, man. So yeah, it's crazy to me. But he the seat unique thing with the blocks of empty seats. I think even these past couple games, you can kind of even tell in the stands that they're just not quite full. I don't know, man. It is showing that the experience of this stadium right now of getting there, of the in stadium experience, that maybe the Freakins aren't. And look, it's brand new. They came in and they basically took a stadium that was basically finished and said, okay, we have to build plans for this place now. Like what can we quick learn about Everton that we can give to these fans? I think it was going to take probably 5 years worth of time to really get used to it, for the city to build up the infrastructure to be able to get fans to the game in a better way. I think one of the big issues people have with the match right now is leaving and how long it takes with this train station and everything. I mean, look, we're Americans. These are not things we need to worry about, but they are the things that affect the club on the pitch product and off the pitch product, and we have to at least talk about them. So was there a player during the 5-match run that you felt like performed better than all the others? Was there a certain player that you think maybe just any of them, even though it was like, what, 1 win, 2 draws, 1 loss, 2 losses?
Yeah. I thought Irabuna was pretty good when he played. I'm continuing to kind of grow into him as a concept and an idea. I think that there's potential for him to be a really good player.
he's very up and down right now. It's a big part of his game in growing is finding that consistency.
Yeah.
As a player, I would agree with Glasgow Toffees as James Garner though. That was a good pick.
Yeah, I was about to go to James Garner. James Garner's really good. And honestly, the last 2 months, I was all for not re-signing him, and I almost think you have to now.
Oh, yeah,
Yep.
I agree.
Yep.
Versus, I think he's just growing as a player. I think it'd be
Hmm.
a pretty dumb decision because he's still, what is he, like 25? Like
He's young,
he's
yeah.
still, yeah, he's got another, and especially in his position, he's got another 5 to 7 years. He's not a player that relies on a lot of speed or physicality. He's a very technically gifted, smart footballer.
Hmm.
So why wouldn't you want to sign him up for another 4 or 5 years and keep him around? He's versatile. It's just somebody you can build a team around. It's we've talked before about that talent floor. It keeps the talent floor high. So
Yeah.
um, yep, yep. James Garner was mine. Eric Boonham is up and down, inconsistent. He seems to be learning a lot from Ghana Gay in the tackling department and the
Hmm.
interceptions. He's learning to use his body well. He can dribble with a lot of power. It's pretty fun to watch at times because he'll just get going and steamroll past three people. It's just right at the end. It's the pass. Or it's the final decision making, and that's a young player who's still learning his game in a really tough position in midfield too.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I was just gonna say for me it was Aaron just because I mean it seems like just like really recently he's come into his own and I'm gonna take this ball and I'm gonna just run really fast and really strong. I mean it's like Marshawn Lynch Seattle Seahawks reference. It's like I mean he refuses to be dispossessed and you're right when he gets to the end it's like a Sims question mark goes over his head. He has no idea what to do with the ball. But I mean, I think once we get some guys back and get some quality down there, and he has some options, and he sort of learns like you can take a beat when you get down there after you ran past everyone and just think about it for a second. If he can
Yeah.
figure that bit out, I think we have a really good player there. Really good.
Yep. Yep. Again, we've talked about the better deal, the swap deal, the PSR swap deal with Villa. Uh, so before we move to our next subject or subject, whatever, I've got a couple questions, both from the same gentleman. Lads, what do you think we should do this window? I mean, I think a fullback and some sort of attacking outlet, maybe a midfielder, is pretty crucial in my opinion.
Mhm.
What do you think, Jacob? Some
Got absolutely have to sign a fullback. Absolutely have to sign
Yeah,
a fullback.
I thought Patterson played pretty well against Sunderland. I think I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to say, oh, run a games on the team might do him some good, like it would do any player good. Go get match fit, but does he have the actual quality? You don't think so? No.
Absolutely not. I'm no,
Okay. Yeah,
no.
I respect that.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
I'm clutching straws here with a right back. Sorry. So yeah, I think a right back is mostly necessary. If we could get a right back and a left back, that would be awesome. But I don't expect it to happen.
I saw a Ben
Um,
White link today. How do you feel
I
about
saw
Ben
Ben
White?
White.
I like
Ben
Ben
White.
White links.
The
I
thing
like
with
Ben White
that is
links.
that I like Ben White. How old is he? What is he? 30, 31?
28, 28,
20, he's 28?
28. Time up.
All right, maybe.
He's better Jake O'Brien as a right
Yeah,
back.
much
He can cross
better.
the
You're
ball.
right. Hmm. I
I
mean,
like
I
it.
would take Ben White. I think we were linked with a couple of guys from the Italian league as well. I got people saying we are not getting Ben White. No chance. Well, Jake,
Jake,
you
have
gotta
some
believe.
heart.
You gotta
Jake,
believe,
have some
man.
heart, brother. Have
If you
some
want to be a
heart.
part of this thing.
Jake, do you want Ben White? Do you want to succeed? Do you want to be
Yeah, dude.
happy?
So
You
sign
know,
Ben White. No, we were linked
sign Ben
with
White.
what was something Cuffy, who's Arsenal product who plays.
We've been linked with quite a bit of fullbacks. It makes me think we
What
might go get
I'm
one.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Is that we are actually saying we need to be in the market. We're going to get one that's going to
Yeah.
hopefully be of first team quality. That's my big issue is what's available in January. I think Ben White, in my opinion, is a good signing.
Yes.
I reckon that Arsenal would want it to be on a permanent, and if they're actually thinking of letting him leave, but I would think a loan deal with an option to buy is way better for the club because there's two scenarios here, right? Ben White wants to get back in the England squad and has a chance to possibly play himself into it. So he's going to come in and play really well for 4 or 5 months at the end of the season. And we have a decent, fullback on our hands finally.
Yep. Yep.
But then after that, what happens? Why isn't he playing for Arsenal? Because his quality isn't there for Arsenal, right? So I mean, maybe it's also because he doesn't play a style that he likes, but
Okay.
and then what's going to happen long term after the World Cup year, right? He doesn't get in. So where is his mind going to be after that? How determined is he as a player now to continue playing at the top of his game? He went from Arsenal to Everton. We've had this transfer situation so many times in the past where we've signed a bit of a cast-off player from a team like United or Chelsea or Arsenal. I know you're going to say something, but it's just the one thing I'd say is that he'd be a mature presence in the locker room. Probably that'd be awesome to have, which is what we need. We have a pretty young team when it comes down to the players that are playing these days, and the players that we want for the future. You need to have good influences around them. So, what are you going to say about Ben White?
Listen, I think I've told you this before, but I think Newcastle United in the last 4 years, the smartest thing they did at the very beginning when they were getting their ducks in a row was going to Atletico Madrid and signing Kieran Trippier. That was one of the best signings in a January window that a Premier League team has ever made. That instantly made them 100 times better. This reeks of that signing, reeks of it, except Ben White's younger. And listen, I understand that let's stop signing guys that play at Arsenal and Man City that don't play there, right? That thing. But Ben White is like, I feel like, I would like to posit that it's different. I would like to posit that Ben White's a good player and Arsenal is incredibly good right now. And just because Ben White is not currently starting for Arsenal does not mean Ben White does not cozy stroll into our team, become our best player, become our number one kit seller. We can put his face on the side of the stadium. He can give little Mersey River duck boat tours. I will wake up a changed man with a smile on my face every single day if we sign Ben White. I will never ask for anything again. I will not complain for us. I promise you. I promise you. We'll change everyone's lives. It is that serious.
Okay, but Ben White weighs less than I do, so I don't know what to think about that. I was just looking him up. I was looking up Arsenal squad because I'm trying to who's really keeping him out. I guess it's Jurriën Timbers and Calafiori who are really keeping him out of the team right now. I mean, look. Yeah. I would be happy with Ben White, but I think I'd be happy with just about any dang fullback in the world right now. Honestly, just somebody that can put in a cross and overlap, and maybe like dribble down the line would be really nice because we don't have that at right back.
And Ben White started say against Portsmouth in the cup. They're putting him in the window. Look, here's Ben White. 70 minutes against Portsmouth. There he is, 4-1. We're awesome. Ben White. Talisman, Ben White. There it is.
40 million pounds, and he's yours. Ben White, come on up. Everton. All right. Well, so we're going to get into the segment of our show that I want to call The Truth. Basically, it's just that we don't need to panic. It's just like this run of 5 games. These holiday fixtures have been really tough. They've been really tough because they've all been. When we were talking about these, I said we should win them all. You were like 7 points. We got 5. So we didn't get what we wanted, but they were all winnable fixtures. And what we've learned is that this squad depth is not there. That when this squad and I've heard many people say it, but when this squad is missing Kieran Dewsbury Hall, when it's missing Jared Branthwaite, when it's missing Iliman Njai, when it's missing to a different extent Ghana Gay, when it's missing Carlos Alcaraz to a different extent, when it's Jack Grealish even from yesterday, when you're missing these super influential players, not only on the pitch, but in the locker room. Jake, it was a pleasure. Have a good night. We'll see you next time. Always participate in chat, guys. We don't care.
Thanks for stopping in, buddy.
Treat it like Twitch chat. Just put a bunch of W's in there. I don't care. Regardless, what was my point? Where am I at? We're like this squad is thin. We are relying on the same players to play a lot of minutes with no rest. Did you see how many players are cramping up against Sunderland yesterday, bro? Mikolenko had to come off, bro. Who else came off? Somebody else came off. Reece Welch coming out for Patterson. Patterson
came off late, yeah.
Patterson's really, played so much, but James Garner has played 90 minutes of every match for like months now. He will never come off. And I get they're professional footballers, that their stamina is world class, whatever. I get that. But James Garner was tired as shit that whole second half and all of extra time and the penalties. He was tired as shit. And excuse my language. He could not keep up. He was on his last legs. He could not run. That whole team is tired. They have had to work so doggedly and so hard. Mm-hmm. And to an extent, like kind of get it thrown back in their faces. and I want to be careful when I say this, but thrown back in their faces by the fans a little bit with all the reactionary stuff that happened. And I know it's on social media, and I know that, but it happens in the stands. You hear it in the stands too. You heard the boos against Wolves. You heard the boos against Sunderland. I get it. It's tough right now. But if we can't have some context and keep that context throughout the game, then we're not giving these players a fair chance. I understand that players like Dwight McNeil don't have the right experience, the right quality. I get that. I understand that Tyler Dibbling looks scared to do anything with the ball. Like, I get it. I see it too. I get frustrated too. But when you go out there and you just pour onto them and make them the subject of your frustration, it's a vicious circle. It just comes back. It's a snake eating its own tail. It's awful. It's awful. It's hard to look at. I know the players are affected by it. I know they see it. I know they do. But if Jack Grealish is going there and commenting on a post saying embarrassing when a red card appeal doesn't work, then they're seeing everything else we put on there. Like, we need to keep the context in mind. If we can't do that, all we're doing is hurting ourselves. We're embarrassing ourselves. It looks embarrassing on the internet when we're complaining about players all the time. It's already bad enough that we're getting our butts kicked. Now we're just going and getting on the internet and rage baiting ourselves with the crap we say. Like, I'm just tired of it, man. I'm tired of it, because this is a chance. This is a new dawn still for Everton. This is the beginning of a new dawn. There's no sleeping giant is awoken. We're not going to get into that, that, because that's not the point. The point is that this is a chance for Everton to turn face and become a modern club. And we can talk about what that really means in terms of the financial side of it, in terms of what fans have to pay, because that is an issue. But we can't just direct all this ire towards the players, because they're the ones who are going to give us what we want, which is to see Everton win. Damn it. And if we can't give them all the support that we can, Goodison, Bramley Moore's been flat as crap. It's been, like, I understand it's a different experience, and you don't have like the Gladys Street there to suck everybody in anymore. It's the South Stand. It's not the same. There's people separated. I get that, but you guys chose your seats, man. You guys chose your seats. Everybody could have gotten together and said, we're going to make the whole South Stand the Gladys, all over again, and we're all going to gather there and sing, and that's where it's all going to start. You guys chose your seats, and then you went everywhere and wherever you wanted. So you decided to spread yourselves apart. I don't know. To me, that's whatever. Maybe I'm getting too complicated about it. But Jacob, you talk now. I've talked for like 10 minutes.
Okay. Look, I share a lot of the same sentiment with you. I think that as a fan base, especially on the parts of social media that are visible, that it's extremely toxic and has been for the better part of a decade. And I think that contributes to a lot of the problems with atmosphere and with confidence, and with runs of form that are particularly bad, and with home form dipping pretty not sporadically. It happens, it feels like every year, every other year, for a period of time where we just can't get a result. And to say there's not a correlation there is absolutely insane, because there absolutely is, and the players feel that. It would be like if I had to go to work every day, and when I sat down at my desk, 3 people just stood at the door of my office and just heckled me for 8 straight hours. And you feel that. You would. And for people to say, oh, they're professional footballers, oh, they get paid, $100,000 a week, whatever. That's fine. That's fine. Because I understand that too. Watching the penalty shootout the other day, that's the first thing I thought too. I understand. I get it. Fine. Whatever. Right. But yes, it's going to be fine. Branthwaite comes back. Dewsbury Hall comes back in the middle of January. Alcaraz is back soon. We're gonna have probably oh my god, I can't say that. I just knocked on a wooden desk.
Say it.
We are going to have a fully fit squad for the first time in God knows how long, probably in February. And I think
we haven't even had a fully fit squad the whole season. And I think,
and we see that, and I think it looks really good. Honestly, I'm going to go out on a limb and say it looks really, really good, and we have a really, really strong last run of the season, and we are in with a shout for Europe still. But
100% we are.
But with the stadium thing, it's weird because I obviously don't live there and I don't go to games. And so I'm missing the contextual aspect of how does it feel different, right? But in a vacuum, from what I see, and, just from having common sense, you go from a very intimate, approximately 40,000 seat stadium that's extremely old, that feels old, that people have decades of memories in, that their dads have memories in, that their granddads have memories in, that their kids now have memories in, and you take it and you move across the way a little bit, and you are in this very new, much larger stadium. And yes, they built it, with Goodison Park in mind. They kept the seats close to the pitch and blah 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 and all that stuff, right? But it just is different. And it has been, check my watch, it has been about 5 months since we started playing there, and it still is just weird. It's weird watching it on TV. I think it's weird for people that go to games. For the first couple matches, it was really cool, and then once the novelty of the new thing wears off, I've caught myself more than once being like, it's not as loud as it usually is, or it doesn't feel like there's been times this year where you felt it and you've been like, oh, this is awesome. There's 50 something thousand people and it's loud and this rocks.
But it's small moments. Yeah.
But you're right, and it's been sporadic and it's been flat, and I really do feel like that with time this atmosphere gets a lot better and they figure it out, and the supporters get their bands back together, and we're moving, and it's not going to be a West Ham thing. We're not playing in an Olympic stadium. There's not a giant track. We're not 100 yards off the pitch. It's just new, and people don't like change. Human beings don't like change. No matter how much they tell you, we're so excited to get out of this crappy husk of a stadium and into Hill Dickinson Stadium. There are a ton of people that go to every single game in this new stadium that all the time think, man, I wish I was in Goodison Park right now. I loved Goodison Park. Remember when we were in Goodison? It's the member berries thing. It's the stuff. Okay, I'll stop ranting. It's gonna be fine. People have not gotten used to the new thing. The new thing is new, and it feels like it's like when you move into a new apartment. I just did this 2 months ago. It's like, this is not my house. I'm in somebody else's house. It's freaking me out. I don't like it. But then it is your house. You live in it for a while, and one day you're in there and you're like, oh, this is cool. This is my house. That's what Hill Dickinson Stadium is. It's gonna be fine. Give it some time. Yeah. And when you're losing, when it's bad, half the team's injured, it's going to feel worse. It just is. Nobody likes to watch losing football.
It compounds everything. It compounds it all into this big ball of shit. And everybody's like, oh my God, look at how big this ball of shit is right now. It's like, okay, yeah, I see that, bro. But spread this out a little bit. And yes, and this was going to be my point. This is 100% it right here. It is not just the stadium itself. It is this. It is these things that Glasgow Toffee is saying right now that we don't get to experience. Like you said, these are not just the nuances. They are the actual aspects of the stadium that we don't get to experience because we don't live close by. We're not locals. We're not Scousers. Whatever. We support the club. We love Everton. We support them from afar. Buy their merchandise. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. Those are the issues that can be figured out, that maybe this season they don't get figured out, and right now this is probably not it's not been the best opening test run, but I don't think in anybody's minds that this is going to be a perfect segue. This is going to be a perfect merge into a new stadium. Yes, there are these issues. I think one of the big issues that I saw highlighted for a long time over the summer was the issue with Sandhill Stadium or Sandhill Station, which is right there. Pretty sure it's Sandhills. That it's just not, and I've been in that station before. There's no way when you try to get 40,000 people out of the stadium and you're utilizing that station is tiny as crap. I've been on and off that station many times. There's no way it could handle anything close to the amount of people that go to that match and use the train to travel to the match from local areas. So I totally understand that. Getting out of the stadium's crazy. Probably walking back into town, walk back wherever you park, wherever is probably crazy and takes a lot of time. I totally get that. This part of this is American experience, because this is our experience when we go to stadiums usually too, is it takes forever to get home. It is a very American experience of going to sports events. You have to remember that the Americans have had their hands on a lot of these things in the stadium, from the architectural design to now who owns the club and how they've designed the inside of it. There has been a decent amount of American influence on this. But these are the things that the club now has to listen to, with the fan advisory board, with social media and the people they have monitoring that these are the real issues that fans have. And we can start to iron those out and make the match day experience much cleaner, much more streamlined. Then we can start to be like, okay, look, like this is not that big of a ball of shit. Now it's just the stuff that's going on the pitch rather than the match day experience itself, right? I think when we got smacked by Newcastle or Tottenham or something, people were walking out of the stadium and there was like some dance zone or something. Like I understand what the club is trying to do of trying to keep spirits high and trying to put activities around the stadium for people to participate in. It's again a very American thing as well. Excuse me, but it is like, well, hey, let's read the room. We just got our butts kicked. Cancel that. Everybody get out of here. Like it's like, but again, I think the Freakins are still learning about Everton and Evertonians. I'm sure they've had a great briefing and met plenty of people and now have been a part of the club for over a year. So they should know a good amount, but still, it's still a learning process. It's still what's going to be best, what's going to help streamline this. So it's not just an on the field situation. It totally is a lot more than just that. Totally understand that. But these are the things, all you can tell fans is be vocal. Make sure the club knows and hears what these issues are. Make sure not only just the club, but the city too. I think that there was a lot of issue with the city and the way they approached the situation. Maybe it's part of the club too, because the club was going through such a tumultuous time with their finances that they didn't have somebody who was, liaisoning with the city, saying like, we need transportation to be better. We got to find a way to get this better. People need to be able to get home to the match, from the match quicker, and to the match quicker. We need to have this a huge influx of people to this pretty barren area of Liverpool, with not a lot of transport around it. So, yeah, Jacob, I don't know. Do you have any other thoughts on not panicking on the issue with this squad? Do you think we should sack David Moyes? Do you think we should sack David Moyes, Jacob?
No.
Good.
No, I don't think so. I mean, no, he hasn't really. I think he's done pretty well considering all the injuries.
I agree. That's the thing, though. I mean, yes, we sit here and when I listen to the Blue Room and the Royal Blue podcast from the Liverpool Echo and all this stuff,
shout out to Royal Blue podcast. Yeah, Liverpool Echo guys, they're great.
Yeah, Tony Scott's a freaking firecracker, man. I want to I want to have a drink with Tony Scott, man, because that guy,
absolutely.
We would talk Everton forever. I love listening to him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't always agree with everything he says, but I love listening to him. But that's the same with everybody. Yeah, but every time I hear people talk about David Moyes, like, oh, he should have played Patterson and put O'Brien at center back and all this stuff. Like, yeah, these are the little things that we can criticize David Moyes for, that maybe he doesn't have the quote unquote courage or whatever. We're not professional footballers or professional football coaches, so we can't sit there and really tell him what he's doing is wrong or right. We can say, well, this probably would a better idea. This James Tarkowski is completely out of form. We have to drop him, But David Moyes is the manager. He has a way he's done things, and he's getting on now. He's setting his ways right. So it is what it is. But who are we gonna? I've seen people sack him. Who are you gonna bring in? Who are you gonna bring? Are you gonna go Enzo Maresca? No.
Yeah.
You're not going to go get Enzo Maresca.
Exactly.
Who are you going to? Are you going to get Oliver Glasner? You're not going to take some manager from some other club right now, unless it's like Rob Edwards or something. I don't know. You're not going to get what we need. David Moyes, for all his faults, for his stubbornness at times, he's doing the best he can with what he's got, which is what he's always done. So, no issues with David Moyes.
Look, I saw somebody from the Toffee Blues, and I apologize if you watched this and I forgot your name and who said it, but said put in our group chat the other day that Wolves are going to put up a decent relegation fight and they're going to go down, and then there's going to be a very loud contingent that want Rob Edwards, and that's just so Everton. It's just so our supporter base to want Rob Edwards. Why do you want Rob Edwards? What part of Rob Edwards? He would be such a disaster. And I don't want to hear about Nuno. I don't want to hear about Rob Edwards. We're not getting Oliver Glasner, so you might as well just move the hell on from that. And we're not getting I don't care. He's going to go somewhere else. We're not getting him. If we could have Oliver Glasner, fine. Throw David Moyes in the river, whatever. But we're not getting Oliver Glasner, so it doesn't matter. It's fine. It doesn't matter.
No. Well, but my point is that there's just nothing else. There's nothing else out there that we could get right now. So talking about David Moyes getting sacked is just, again, reactionary. It's the thing I want to get away from when it comes to Everton, is getting away from the reactionary aspect of these matches. Because one of the things I'm really trying not to do, and I think I've said it before, is not live tweet during matches as much as possible, or at least not live tweet about individual players' performances. Maybe not the over, like I'll say, put it out a tweet at halftime or react if we score, or
Uh-huh.
react if we concede. But I'm not going to be like, oh, Dewsbury Hall is shit, because he made a couple of bad passes, or oh, Tyler Dublin is shit because he was afraid to run with the ball or lost the ball when he tried something. Like it's anything can change, and the football world is so fickle that a player could be awful and then score the winner in the 90th minute. Be like, oh, well, he had a great game. He scored the winner. Like, this guy's got to play every week. Like,
Yep.
This is the nuance of being a football fan, and it's pretty tiring at times. I'm not going to lie.
I think that there's going to be a lot of people in April. If you look at this table right now, it feels like we have been so miserably bad. If you look at that table right
where
now,
we're at, yeah,
we are 3 points off of fifth, and we are
Yeah.
14 points away from the relegation zone. Listen,
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says. That is a huge success with the amount of injuries we've had and with the squad depth we have. And once we get everybody back, we have a very good chance to finish in the top 8. And I think a lot of people right now that are saying, oh, David Moyes is a dinosaur, oh, we play shit football, whatever people want to say when we lose a game, they're going to feel really silly, I think.
But he's not a miracle worker. He can't just take Dwight McNeil and say, Dwight, you're going to play in the left, and it's just going to be perfect. And Dwight's going to.
And we don't even play bad football. That's the thing. In my opinion, we don't even play negative at all.
We try very hard. We try very hard. We try to play positive. The issue is that we do not have the personnel to do so.
We're attacking with Merlin Roll, Dwight McNeil, and Tyler Dibling. Can we cut this guy some slack, dude?
Merlin Roll. I feel so.
Can we cut this dude some slack?
I know. Well, look, I feel bad for Merlin Roll, man. Like, that guy's getting played in every position on the pitch. He just comes in and it's just like, I don't know. I see there's a player in there, but too often I'm just watching him just run in circles, getting the ball passed around him. It is what it is. We don't need to talk about Merlin Roll right now. Yeah. So here's the thing. I think once we get these players back, I think we're going to be one of those teams in the last third of the season that nobody's going to want to play. Mm-hmm. I think we're going to really pick up our form. I think Tierno Barry gets 10 goals this season. I think Jack Grealish gets the 10 assists. I think Njai might even get to 10 goals. Who knows? But I think this third part of the season, I think we're going to really, really pick it up. I think where the performances are going to improve dramatically. I think we're right in there with a shot for you. I agree. I mean, we could literally win our next. We got Villa away, etc. But we can win 2 matches in a row. All of a sudden, we're in 7th place, and we're like, oh my gosh, European push is on. Like this. I get it, because these are games that we are not winning, that are games we expect to win, like Wolves at home, to an extent like Brentford at home, or like Burnley away. I understand these are games we expect to win because of the opponents, but the context is important. We are constantly surprised by Everton, because we could turn around and we could like beat Villa. Like, I don't know, we probably won't, but say like Dewsbury Hall is back for that or something. Say Alcaraz is back for that. We could turn around and beat Villa. You never know. Like, this team is so Jekyll and Hyde at times that we could turn around and beat Villa, and all of a sudden we're like, well, holy cow, like this is a totally new prospect. But it's just like the nature of this season, the nature of this league table. Every result is just super high or super low. And Evertonians are already super high, super low after every result. Now because of the league table and how much is at stake, it's 10 times more. It's 10 or at least double more low, double more high every time we get a result. The Forest away win was like, oh, it's the best away win of the season, one of the best wins of the season. It was a good performance, but Forest are crap. You got Sean Dyche as manager, bro. Like, they're a crap team. We just gotta calm down. Don't need to panic. It's going to be okay. Everybody listening, that's an Evertonian, and everybody who's not, who wants to learn about Everton, it's going to be okay. We're going to be okay. We're going to finish on 50 plus points. We're going to be okay. And even if we don't make Europe, then that just means the squad isn't ready, and we get to invest in the summer to make the squad ready. I know we want Europe to attract better players, but Everton have things going for them. And that's it.
Man, also, you know what?
Go.
The prize money for finishing higher up the table for the first time in like 6 years is gonna be super nice. Everton need that.
Exactly. Yeah, we damn straight we do. We're not selling enough of these 6-pound donuts, anyways. All right. So with that, we're gonna get into a Q&A. I want to get to one question that somebody asked. Where is it? Yeah, this one. Do you think we should sign Grealish permanently? He's 30 with years at top level left, plus pace has never been his game anyway. We've talked about this a few times. We should revisit it now after the past 5 games. What do you think, Jacob?
I still think, yeah. I pretty much feel the same way about this as I did when we talked about it the first time. I think if it ends up being 25, 30 million, I mean, I know like you said you have a little bit of a problem with that price tag, and I totally understand that given Everton context. I mean, I just don't think you spend 25, 30 million pounds and get a better player than Jack Grealish 6 out of 10 times. And I think if you look at it that way, and he's already bedded in with the team and with the guys we have, I think you
Yeah,
just sign him. I think you just make that move and we
I
do the
respect
we
that.
do the talent floor thing. Does Jack
Yeah.
Grealish being a part of an 18-man squad in any way lower your talent floor? I say no. I think it's a good pickup, and I think 25 is really just nothing in modern football anyway. Bring him in. I like it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, the price tag is still going to be an issue, but I think if push came to shove, I would say sign Grealish on a permanent as well.
Yeah.
Just the immature moment. Besides, I think Jack Grealish is all that I saw in that moment with Jack Grealish, and all I could think of was like, hey man, now you know what it's like to be in Everton. It's like, welcome to the club, buddy. Like,
Yeah.
we got a lot of
Yeah.
stuff like that, like this, that happens all the time. So yeah, yep.
Hmm.
Cool. Well, we'll get to the questions we have from our Toffee Blues overlords. This one's interesting and controversial. I didn't realize because you wake up for early. I woke up like 10 minutes before the game started. I think I actually fell back asleep and missed like the first 15 minutes. But I didn't realize we weren't playing in the blue kit. So
Hmm.
Everton recently released a new fourth kit. What is your favorite Everton home kit and away kit? Before we get to that, why the fuck did they release a fourth kit?
And why are we playing at home in the fourth kit?
And why is it not just our regular blue kit? Like I don't.
I hate that.
They're not the only club. I think Tottenham did it too. So I just don't. I didn't understand it. I mean, they probably how many of those kits? How many of those kits do you think they actually sold
10,
or actually will sell? Like by the end of it,
11.
11. Yeah, you gonna go buy one? No, no.
Absolutely
It's like
not.
pink badge too. What?
They're horrible.
Yeah, they were not attractive. Yeah, I mean, they probably like realistic numbers probably sold like 100, 150 of these 100-pound kits. So what, you made like 10, 15,000 pounds on these? And how many do you have? How much did you spend on them?
Silly.
It's just in this day and age where, again, we talked about where things are getting pricier. It's harder for people to spend money on things like that. To put out it's another kit like that, it's just
Feels
silly.
tone deaf.
Who is that for? Who is that really for? That's what I want to. Is like for me, the Americans. It's like I don't understand who that's
I
supposed to be for.
despise Castor too. It's such a horrible kit supplier, and I can't
Yeah,
believe that that's who we went with. Honestly, to this day, it just felt like such a horrible decision. Like Hummel are what they are, but at least
yeah.
they try.
I'd like to see us get in with Nike again or something, man. But
Okay, yeah, that's a good segue because 2013, 2014 Everton kits under Nike by far the best. The Nike kits were so good. And say what you
yeah,
will about that weird Rupert's Tower crest. I'm gonna be in the minority and say that Rupert's Tower crest was pretty good. Not as a main, but if we could bring like the fat Rupert Tower for like a
yeah.
third kit, dude, I loved. I don't love the Ozempic Rupert Tower thing. Let's bring back Fat Boy Rupert Tower. That thing's beast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Look at that
Yep.
big chode tower, bro.
Big Chode Rupert Tower. We need that back. That's pretty cool. I like Chode Tower guy.
Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, well then I guess those are your favorite kits, the 13, 14 ones.
Absolutely. With the
So
yellow and blue. So
yeah,
good.
the year before that was 2012, 2013. We had a black away kit that was awesome with like yellow
Oh,
and
the
green.
black and yellow.
I
Oh,
really liked it. I have a Leighton Baines one of that. That's one of my favorites. And then a home kit. I mean, all our home kits I've never really been that impressed with. I think the one for the 13-14 season was my favorite though. That had like this like the tiny like tapered collar and stuff. I like that one
the
a lot.
big white trim on the sleeve. Yeah, I have a Leighton
Yeah,
Baines 2013-14 home kit. It's one of my favorite
yeah,
ones.
yeah. It's a
Yeah.
good one.
Hmm.
Oh, I'm talking about 2014, 2015. You're talking about one with the big badge that they got rid of. I'm talking about the one the next season when you're in Europe.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
got
with the
like
more
kind of like
pinned
this.
up collar.
Yes,
Yeah, that
yeah,
one's good
yeah,
too. That one's good too.
yeah. I like that one a lot. And then
Hmm.
I have an old Sport Peso one that it had like all the weird like little like curly Q things on it, but it's signed by the whole team. So I guess that's one of my favorite, but only because I have it signed by the team.
I have a long
Um,
sleeve Sports Pace home kit with Umar Nias on the
Long
back.
sleeve. Umar Diaz long sleeve Sport Peso home kit. That's Everton heritage
It's
heritage
the
right
only
there.
one they ever sold. It's the only one they ever sold. It has to be.
Get that crap hung up right behind you, dude. I
Yeah,
swear
no
to
shit.
God.
It has to be the only
Screams
one they ever made. Angry Birds and everything's on it, dude. It's ridiculous.
Dude, that's crazy. That's awesome. All right. So next question. How desperate do we have to be to sign Callum Wilson on a free short-term deal? I mean, I've always liked Callum Wilson. Honestly, I don't think he really likes Everton because he like always seems to score against us. But I like Callum Wilson. I don't mind him. I think we could do with a good experienced striker. In all honesty, I don't think we would be amiss of signing somebody like Callum Wilson. Danny Welbeck scored twice today, right, for Brighton. Like that guy, he's I know he scored at least once today. But hold up, let me double check this. Because didn't Brighton win? Am I going crazy? What do you mean page not found? I'm looking at the FA Cup, ESPN. Regardless, having a good experienced striker will probably do us a lot of good because right now we have young Tierno Barry and you don't hear me? Well, you talk and give me a second. Oh, are you back now? Are we back now?
Forrest, I have no audio for you, buddy.
Okay, that's weird.
Is that any better? Nothing so?
I can't hear you at all.
I can hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me?
No, I can. I can hear you.
I can't hear you at all. I don't know if other people can hear you or not.
Oh, I don't know either. And my mic is saying.
Play some Jeopardy music here.
Yeah, right.
Oh my goodness. I don't know what our chat capabilities are, but can somebody put in there? Can y'all hear Forrest? Can anybody hear Forrest? Oh, now it's just me. All right. Here we are. Callum Wilson.
Did it work?
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Okay. That was weird. I thought it was me. I was like, oh no.
No. Okay.
Welcome back.
Yeah, so Brighton won today, right? Yes. No? Yes? Pretty sure they did, I thought.
Yeah, wait. Where were you in your silent monologue?
I was trying to figure out because we were talking about Danny Welbeck.
And we were talking about Danny Welbeck?
Oh, how long was I muted? That's
dude,
crazy.
You like minute and a half. You left me on Callum Wilson.
I just thought an experienced striker would be good, and I was like, look, Danny Welbeck scored today in the FA Cup.
Danny Welbeck. Yeah. Okay. I was gonna say, what are we talking about Brighton for?
Danny Welbeck scored a great free kick in the FA Cup. I think he's had a great season. I'm not sure exactly how many he's scored, but he's had like a great season. I think he's Brighton's top scorer. Let me double check that. Hold up. Yeah, he's got 8 goals this season. Yeah. So
wow. Yeah, no kidding.
So having a great experienced striker would probably do us a hell of a lot of good because again, right now we have Tierno Barry the kid and Beto, not the footballer. So I don't know. So somebody like Callum Wilson doesn't bother me at all. How about
I agree with you, and I think it's super naive of West Ham to let go of their leading top goal scorer in Callum Wilson and go sign 2 guys that have never played in the Premier League.
They're going down quick, man.
Yes, they're done. I think they're relegated already. But
you know what that means. We're gonna sign Juve. We're gonna sign that left back, bro. I want that boy. Bring him.
A guy can dream. A guy can dream. And honestly, I know Jared Bowen's gonna go somewhere else, but man, I wish we could have Jared Bowen. I wish we could have Jared Bowen. He's so good.
He's a good player, man. But let's see. He's 29. Yeah, I'd pass on him. But El Hadji Malik Diouf, he's the one for me, buddy. Bring him in.
I did see that Tati Castellanos scored for West Ham today, though.
Did he? Well, good for him.
Yeah, he sure did. They won. Yeah, took extra time, but they did finish off QPR.
Oh, QPR. Nice, QPR.
The old Rangers.
Oh, haven't heard that name in a long time. All right.
Don't you just know it?
Next question. Is it time to sell Beto? Yeah, in the summer. Yeah, it's time to move on. Yep.
I agree. I think you've seen all there is to see there. Unfortunately. Yep. I love him as a person. I think it's time to go.
Yep. His passion's great. But passion only gets you so far. And I don't even think his work rate's all that great, honestly. I think he will come on and he'll like run the hard yards like Sean Dyche once. but they're really pointless hard yards, and he just gets tired and he gets frustrated really easily, and he starts this thing where he just like strops around and is like, oh, you guys aren't pressing with me, I'm not going to press. Like, well, what the heck, dude? Like, why?
That's a relatively new thing. I feel like his effort levels have gone down a ton. I don't know what that is. It's probably frustration of not playing a lot.
Yeah, I think it's that. I think it's because Barry's come in and made his place, has taken his place without like actually playing that well. But it's also because Thierry Barry just knows how to play striker. He knows how to hold up the ball well. Beto will have like 1 or 2 moments where in a game where he can hold up the ball well. But other than that, it's just bouncing off him, or he's just it's crazy how many times he gets himself in like a good situation where he's running onto a ball 1-on-1 and just first touch just fucks it up. Like,
yeah, I'm gonna say confidently though that there's a match before the season's over that Beto scores a really important goal in. He gets important goal, I think.
Yep, I agree. All right, and last question: with the table being tight and Europe a possibility, should we go all out this window to try to qualify? I don't know, man. The January window is just not got that much, so it's what we can get in to help us fill in the cracks for as much as we can. A good right back would be a start. The striker could be cool too, but I'm not too worried about it. I'm more interested in like a creative player, more specifically like a good, I don't know, another midfielder would be good. But then who do you get out of the squad? We're kind of overloaded there at the moment, or at least have enough. Which I'm more interested in asking, when everybody comes back, would you still send Harrison Armstrong back?
Yeah.
You would?
Okay. I would.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, when I was originally typing up my notes, I said no, there's no way we should send him back. And then I really thought, when everybody's back, and you've got Garner, Irigbunum, Dewsbury Hall, and Ghana there ahead of them, including Alcaraz and including Roll. Yeah, I think it's tough when you want him to get those minutes. The thing is that if he goes back on loan, he'll play every week. That's awesome. Preston will be really happy. But I have to hope that there is a plan for him to be involved in a much bigger way in the first team next season. So as long as that's the plan and that's the case, send him back because he definitely has the quality. He has the fight. He has that physical side. I don't know how much more he'll really learn at Preston, in all honesty, but if he needs some minutes and that's really what David Moyes feels like is gonna get him the experience and get him to improve, then so be it. We gotta trust David Moyes. So.
Yeah, for me it's more about the minutes. I think he's just gonna get a lot more minutes there, and I think at that age, honestly, the minutes are probably something. Just getting the reps is super important. And to circle back on the should we go all out this window question, like no, I don't think we should spend a bunch of money on just random dudes to try to get Europe. I do think. The other side of that is, if we make a smart signing or two, and then we do happen to qualify for Europe next season, I think with a summer transfer window, this squad is more than good enough and more than capable enough to actually compete in the Conference League or even the Europa League, honestly. But it's been a long time. We'll see. But sure, why not? If you have the option to sign a good player or two, yes, do it. We need them. So.
I would love to see us get in the Conference League, mostly because in that league we could actually play our academy players and give them the chance. I'm really excited to see. I don't know if you know much about the academy players, but that kid that was on the bench yesterday, Braden Graham.
Yeah.
If he can really develop physically, that kid's got a really high ceiling, man. He's a good young player, man. Scores good goals, technically gifted, smart on the ball. I'd love to see him come through and do well. I mean, there's a couple other players in the academy that look like they have a bit more verve about them, but Braden Graham's the one that I really look at, and I'm like, oh man, there's a lot of upside to you if you can develop correctly, and we can develop you correctly. There's a lot of upside to you. So,
what do you think about Martin Sharif at Rotherham?
Is he doing really well?
He's got 2 goals in 347 minutes. He hasn't played since November 15th. I think he's been dealing with some injuries, if I remember correctly, but he's got some good tape. And he's a young kid.
He's 19.
Striker.
I don't know.
He was doing really well at the academy level.
Yeah. I think doing well, but everybody says it. Doing well at the academy
but that doesn't really mean anything, does it?
It really doesn't. That's the thing. That's the real issue. That's why they were talking about for so long. I don't know if you remember this. They were talking about how, like they do in Spain, having B teams in the lower leagues for clubs as their academy.
Yep.
That I understand why they'd want that, because you want them playing against real men, but it does heavily devalue the integrity of those leagues. And the English footballing system is so much different from most others because 1 through 4 are just so heavily supported and so entrenched in these cities and these towns in ways that it's not like, I know it's kind of like that in other places, but in the UK it's so much more, isn't it? It's so much more. So
Yep.
yeah. Well, I got nothing else, and it's time to go to bed. So
Yeah.
we're all back to work tomorrow, kids. Well, we have Villaway on what is on Saturday? I think it's on Saturday, right?
Yes.
You will be seeing us, yeah. So it's Sunday at 11:30. Sunday at 11:30. Yeah. Well, that's even better. I think I'm off on Sunday. Oh, am I?
Awesome.
Oh, I'm not. Not awesome. But we got Villaway next on Sunday, 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. You can figure out your own time from there. We'll see what happens. Again, I'm hoping for some good news on the injury front, hoping Dewsbury Hall is better, hoping that Branthwaite's close, hoping Alcaraz is better. But if we go into that game with the same sort of squad, guys, I think it's just going to be a war of attrition and hoping that we can make something happen in terms of anything. So,
yeah.
Thank you, folks, so much for joining us tonight. It has been a pleasure. All 254 of you that are watching us right now live. This will be on Spotify, on YouTube, on all your favorite streaming platforms, even the the ones you don't want people to know that you're on. It's okay. We know. We're not going to say anything. Your secret's safe with us. Thank you again. Up the Toffees, and good night, everybody.